Welcome back, guys and gals. It's Darren with B&H Railroad. Well, not much has really changed on this side of things, except, as you remember on the last video, that piece of bench work is now behind us. So I wanted to start in this corner to kind of give you an idea of what I have done and what we've come up with, because a lot has changed since my last update video. So all of this is the same. All of this is going to stay the same. And that's where that piece of bench work is. Now, from that bench work there up will be exactly 15 inches. But since this is the climbing section that goes around, this isn't quite 15 inches. This is roughly 9.5 inches from where the locomotive sits. Now, this isn't bad, but, and what I mean by bad, it between the decks, because really, the only thing that's going to be here is just one track, one main line, and then maybe a passing siding, and that's it. And then it's just going to be a bunch of scenic stuff, and that's it. No industries, buildings, anything like that. So, you know, once I put the lights up underneath here, I could get away with it. I could leave it like that, and I very well may. But I kind of wanted to do this quick update video for you guys and gals so you can weigh in on this. So that's kind of what we would look like. Let's just say the 1x3 here is part of the fascia. The foam board is just, you know, basically the ground, the track, and all that good stuff. So that's the separation we have. Now, the tracks are going to hold out. The main's going to be basically right out. So it's going to be held off 3 inches from the outside here. And then if I did put a passing siding, it would be right about there. And then just back here would be trees and whatever else I decide to do. So not much would be going there. So I'm not really out anything. Plus, as we go this direction, it drops down, so the separation becomes greater. As we go up to this point here, it gets a little bit tighter, and then it kind of flattens out. Especially in this area here, because if you remember from the last video, the curve going into the climb is going to hug this outside. And then where the cleats are for right now, and we'll talk about them in a second, is where the trestle bridge would go. So there's going to be definitely, you know, 8-9 inches of separation between those two. Now the cleats are just temporarily, and I did that because I wanted to mock everything up, and I wanted to make sure I got this bench work here at level and at grade for what I needed for the 15 inches, and it is. So now with that being said, I've also decided to keep these because I want to put some scrap pieces of plywood up there and just run trains. Because eventually this entire scene up top here, the curve going to the second level, is going to be nothing but a big trestle bridge. This scene down here is going to be track and, you know, just regular land, and except from this point here to this point here, it's going to be one of those steel girder bridges. Now, if you remember last time, in the last video, I talked about bringing these cleats out and then building this up and having the rock face here and just separating the two scenes. Well, I've decided that I want to do something a little different, and I think it's going to make a huge difference. So what we're going to do, these cleats are all going to stay exactly the way they are. Just these cleats. And then when we get to this section here, all of these are going to disappear. So we're no longer going to have this built up. So what I'm going to do from right in this area here, starting all the way around to about this area here, is going to be one big steel girder bridge. And I thought that would be really neat looking with the reversing loop down here, the main line. And then so that's kind of be where the bridge will be, and it will kind of climb as well. So that'll eliminate all of this. And then on top of that, that gives me everything here. So, which in my mind, it's going to look really neat, and just, you know, it's going to be the focal point of the layout, because, you know, I'll have a couple of steel supports here and here for the bridge, and then track running between those steel supports into this small industry yard that I plan on having, which I think was the recycling, the junkyard, and the lumber yard, and I know I'm forgetting something, but there was something else that was going in there. So I just thought that would look neat with that steel girder bridge going around. And then, of course, as it comes around here, it will still break into the coal mine scene. Now, I may not do the complete steel girder bridge on this side, but for the most part of it, I will. And for those of you that are a part of my Facebook group, you guys saw that section where I kind of taped up and blamed it on Mason, but I actually did all of that, and not this tape on the track, but the tape that was up there, and I kind of represented, you know, the mountain and how I would do it, or the hillside, I should say, and it looks like it's going to work out perfectly. So all of these brackets are going to actually come off, and then, like I said, they're just going to be steel girder supports, and then the steel girder bridge. All of these cleats are going to stay because that climb is going to continue this way, and just going to have that single track main, and then all of this will be built up into a hillside with the trees and stuff like that. So that's where the direction I'm heading into. It's going to take a little time because I want to do these bridges right. This steel girder bridge, it's going to be hard to find one the size that I need, so I'm going to build it out of plywood, and I'm going to do the sides and everything. So it's going to take a little time. It's something that I don't want to rush. But I've got some of the parts coming for the supports that I need. Those are I've got from a couple different hobby stores over the last couple days. And like I said, I'm just going to build the steel girder bridge out of plywood and, you know, do what I need to do there and make it look as realistic as possible. So that's kind of what we're going with. Just wanted to throw this quick update out there so you guys kind of have an idea of what we're doing now. Kind of pan out and get a little bit better shot. But so this kind of gives you an idea of how it's going to look. And I think it's going to give me more space and eliminate clutter, in my opinion. You know, it would be kind of neat to have, you know, the train running down here on the main, the reversing main, that is, and then the steel girder bridge in there, and then plus be able to do operationals aspects in this side here, and then also have the coal mine on that side there. So let me know what you guys and gals think. I'm more concerned with this here. And getting back to this area, I kind of jumped around a little bit too quick. What I've decided, if I don't decide to keep this framework, I'm just going to do L brackets, and I'll flip the L brackets upside down so they're more supporting than anything, so that I gain almost 3 inches to the top. Not that I really need to. I'm just trying to figure out in my mind if I really want to do that. So give me your honest opinion on this area here. Other than that, I hope everybody's having a great week. I know I am. I'm excited. I've got a lot of work ahead of me, but you know what? It's going to be well worth it, and I can't wait. So thank you guys and gals so much for watching, and please drop a comment. Let me know what you think, and have a great night. Bye.